I guess that the French are known for conquering, and I am happy to have a French guest on the program today who has recently conquered Poland. Simon, tell me a little bit about yourself.
You know, born in France, grew all my life in France till I start working. I did a business school, I have a finance degree. And I decided once I finished my studies that I would go to, abroad. Moved to Switzerland, which is very close to France. Great salaries, great opportunities. And while I was in Switzerland, they offered me a job in Poland.
So you're probably the first foreigner I met here who didn't mention a woman in that scenario. You came to Poland for work.
For work.
Yeah.
For work. The idea was that I was to build a factory in Poland, in Kutno, in the middle of nowhere, which is 155 kilometers from Warsaw. At the time, I was actually dating a New York girl. She actually joined me in Poland for 8 months.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you came to Poland with your New York girlfriend to build a factory. What was your first impression when you landed here on the ground?
I remember arriving in Warsaw, huge avenues, kind of empty. It was December, very gray. And then I went to the factory in Kutno, where you had those containers where workers work on the construction site. Yeah. So I went into one of those containers to have my interview. By the time I got out of the container, there was 15 centimeters of snow on the ground. It was amazing. I was like, where am I going? What is this country? But still, the challenge was great. And I was up for new things.
I understand your initial purpose for coming here was professional.
Yeah.
What was the thing that made you stay here?
Well, a girl. But not only. I left Poland. After those 2 years, I met my girlfriend. We decided to travel around. But then, when it was time to settle down again, I was like, Warsaw is the closest thing I have that can be called home, I think you arrive, and you don't arrive in Poland by choice, but you stay by choice. It grows in you, and quite deeply, let's say.
Tell me a little bit about the difference in culture between France and Poland.
Let's talk about work. In France, you are expected to perform your work and stay as much as you need to go the extra mile in everything you do.
Yeah.
In Poland, I realized it's not the case. You have hours, and you come on time, and you leave on time, which was a bit of an adjustment for me.
It's kind of funny because honestly, I would have perceived it to be the other way around.
Yeah.
The image we have of French people from America is you go to the cafe, you stay there for 3 hours, smoke cigarettes and drink coffee.
Yeah.
Then maybe you go for lunch somewhere. Then maybe you're going to the office for 10 minutes, but then you have to go back to the cafe to smoke and drink coffee. And then you go home and you had a hard day's work. That's really how Americans imagine French people to be.
Actually, you're right on half the story. You do all those things, but you still work. So basically, your day is so much longer because you're going to lunch, you're having the cigarette and coffee break, but you still got to do the work, And if you want to perform and being, well perceived by your boss or your company, you better stay at least till your boss leaves.
French people are also famous for being great lovers. This is what we hear in popular culture.
Yeah.
So maybe you could compare a little bit romantic experiences with Polish girls versus French girls.
French girls are very proud of themselves.
High maintenance.
High maintenance. There is a discrepancy between between their quality as a person or their beauty and their level of
Interesting.
demand. Yeah. Whereas Polish girls are very pretty and I would say low maintenance. As a French guy, when you do all the things you are used to do with a girl, taking her out, giving compliments, they appreciate it. It's just the way your mom, raised you. It's part of the way we act. We don't feel like it's an obligation or whatever.
But for example, if I am a Polish guy and I'm interested in pursuing a French woman,
good luck.
Would I need to buy her a Gucci bag to do so, or can like some sweet flowers be enough?
Yeah. No. Just buy flowers and be nice. I think for me, really, if we have to put it in a nutshell, they are just amazing women, educated, nice.
They're not superficial.
Exactly.
What do French people generally think about Poland? Do they perceive it as a modern first world country?
I don't think so. There is the cliché, it's a Eastern country. Some French people, I think, don't even know it's part of the European Union. I really think you have to come here to understand what's Poland about. I think Poland is the most dynamic country right now in Europe. You have that vibe that you can make anything happen.
There's space for development.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Poles don't appreciate actually how amazing that is. In terms of assimilation, I know that you and I, że my mamy taką wspólną nauczycielkę, tak? Moja poprzednia polski lektorka teraz jest twoja nauczycielka.
Tak.
A powiedz mi, jak idzie z polskiego języka?
Do you want me to speak Polish right now?
Tak, proszę.
Oh my god. Moje polskiego nie jest łatwy for me. It's the very beginning.
Tak, ale ja widzę, że jesteś kreatywny chyba. Bo ja widziałem, że szukałeś słowa, że moje polskie jest źle, albo moje polskie jest niedobre, tak?
Tak.
Znalazłeś, nie jest łatwy.
Nie jest łatwy, tak.
Kreatywny.
I mean, you have to be creative sometimes with the words you know. For me, it's very tough. I'm at just the beginning. I started a month ago. Jeden miesiąc.
To super.
Yeah.
Super. Finally, Simon, just to kind of wrap things up,
sure.
I would love if you could address the Kult America audience and maybe give them some życzenia in French. Invite them to subscribe to the channel or whatever. And just send your love to the people of Poland.
Donc si vous avez apprécié la vidéo, s'il vous plaît, cliquez sur le lien pour souscrire au channel de Ryan. Voilà, j'espère que vous avez apprécié. Cheers.
All right, thank you guys for watching Kult America. Subscribe, write us some comments in the comments section. Let us know what you think of our man Simon. Simon, thank you.
Thanks.
Good to see you.